I'm Josh Rakoom, and this is my G321 evaluation question 7. The question is, looking back at your preliminary task, what do you feel you have learned in the progression from it to the full product? Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is technical skills. The first thing is I've learned how to use a camera properly from my preliminary task to my full product. I've learned where to set up a camera, what is the best place for shots, different angles, things like that. And I've learned how to use a tripod properly, which is crucial because you can't really film a lot of stuff handheld. You need a tripod to make the film look smooth and all the different shots run smoothly. And you need it so that you don't get any camera wobble. I've learned what the 180-degree rule is. And again, this is really important because it makes the film look complete and it doesn't break any continuity in the film. I learned that in my preliminary task, I had to refilm my preliminary video twice because the first time that I did it, I broke the 180-degree rule and it just didn't look right at all, so we had to film it again. And I learned from my mistake that the 180-degree rule is really crucial that you follow, and I managed to take what I had learned and implement it in my full product. I've learned loads of different types of shots, like tracking shots, high angle shots, low angle shots, things like that. In my preliminary task, I just basically use straightforward shots, like a close-up of a door handle, for example, and in dialogue there was just a lot of snapping back and forth, like over-the-shoulder shots, whereas in my full product I was using tracking shots, high-angle shots, loads of different shots, and I was taking them from different angles, whereas in my preliminary task I was just set up the tripod straight, and there was just not many different angles that I used in my preliminary task. However, in my full product I was using the tripods at a tilt, so it would give like a different effect, things like that, and I shot like the same thing from loads of different angles, so that when it came to editing my film together, I had loads of different angles that I could use, and I could use whatever ones I thought looked best. I learned how to use Corel better, because in my preliminary task all I did really was cut footage down and use different footage in my full video, whereas in my full product I've not only just used the video, I've used music, I've muted and lowered the level of sound and different things of other clips that I've had. I've used like non-natural sounds, and I've put them into my full video. And there was also a part where we ran out of time in the day to film a few shots, so we went back at night, and we thought this was going to be an issue. So we thought that we would use the colour correction thing to make it look as if it was daytime, or we would make the day shots look as though it was nighttime. I learnt that making a nighttime shot brighter and making it look like day was a lot easier than making a daytime shot look like night. Also, just all in all, I have better, sharper editing from my full product than what I had in my preliminary task, and this is really important because it just makes the film look more complete and more whole. The next thing I'm going to talk about is time management and organisation. When it came to my preliminary task, we filmed that at a lunchtime, and because we had to reshoot our preliminary video, it ended up going into period 5, and then we didn't have the actors that we had the first time, things like that. So that definitely could have been organised better, because we didn't really leave a lot of time for error. When it came to our full product, we had our final film, most of it filmed in the day, but like I said earlier, we ran out of time, things like that. We didn't leave ourselves enough time for error, so it ended up going into the night, and we ended up having darker nighttime shots, which we didn't really want. In our full product, we had a lot more communication than what we did in our preliminary task, because when it came to our preliminary task, we just sort of organised what we were going to do about 5 minutes before we went out and did it. Whereas when it came to our full product, we had organised it for like a week before, so we had a lot of time to alter our plans, things like that. When it came to our full product, we also had the problem where we had to find a time that everyone was free. So we had to go around people's work shifts, people's football trainings, things like that, and we finally set a date, and that's what we had to work with. We had to make it work, basically. So there was a lot of like time management and organisation that we needed to do. The next thing I'm going to talk about is team skills and the ability to work independently. In our preliminary task, both me and Tobias tried to get what we wanted in just a 30-second video, which didn't really work. We both had our own ideas, and we couldn't really decide on a certain thing that we were going to go for. We couldn't both agree, so we decided to try and get both of our ideas into one video, which didn't really work as well because it was only a 30-second video. So when it came to our real film, we wanted everyone to contribute, put in their ideas, their own opinions, things like that, and we had to make it work, basically. And I think we did that. We managed to get everyone's ideas, we managed to implement them into our full thing, and then we had a certain thing that we were going to do, and we stuck to it. There wasn't any changing of plans, things like that. And we all managed to get our opinions across, which I thought was really good in our full product, because we didn't really do that in my preliminary task. The next thing I'm going to talk about is the effectiveness of the finished product. My finished product was very good because it kept the suspense up. It kept the audience on the edge of their seat. I've shown my video to a number of people, and they both came up with the same things that they could say about it. They did say that they were on the edge of their seat, and they wanted to find out what happened next in the film, which I thought was a really good point, because the first 2 minutes hooked the audience, and they wanted to find out what happened to Katie, things like that. So I thought that was really good. And the part where Katie gets kidnapped, that did make some of them jump, which again, that was the effect I was going for. That's really what I wanted. So I did that well, and I feel like my film really portrays what I wanted it to. Basically, they also thought that the characters in the film were believable, and they could relate to Katie's problems. They fully understood what was going on. They understood that Katie was just a normal teenage girl, things like that, which I think again is really good, because it does exactly what I wanted it to do. Unfortunately, that's it for my evaluation question 7. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you very much.